Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Exhumed movie review. Today we are talking about White Zombie. White Zombie was requested by Melissa for me to review as part of her perks for being a creepy patron peep. So thank you, Melissa, and all my other creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the other perks to being a patron of mine, you can follow that link in the description. Directed by Victor Halperin and starring Bela Lugosi, Madge Bellamy, and Joseph Cawthorn, White Zombie follows young couple Madeline and Neil as they are traveling to their acquaintances, Monsieur Beaumont's plantation to be married. Beaumont is in love with Madeline, however, and tries to convince her to run away with him. When Madeline refuses, Beaumont goes to Legendre for help. Legendre turns Madeline into a zombie and they fake her death, but Beaumont is dissatisfied because she is now emotionless. Legendre turns Beaumont into a zombie for protesting, and Neil, suspecting Madeline is alive, seeks out a local priest for help in saving her. So this movie, White Zombie, was inspired by, not based on, the stage play Zombie by Kenneth Webb. Actor Victor Halperin and producer and brother Edward Halperin wanted to capitalize on the public interest in zombies at the time and thus made their movie, which led Webb to filing a copyright lawsuit against the brothers, but ultimately failed. And then, of course, as a Rob Zombie fan, I do have to throw in there that his old band, White Zombie, the name was based after this film. Anyway, so let's get into what I liked about White Zombie. What I like, I gotta talk about, is the sound in this movie, particularly the animal sounds. They were insane, especially the vultures. Now, I don't know what vultures really sound like in real life, but in this movie, they sound like somebody screaming from being tortured. If I can find a clip of it, I'll insert it right now.
Vulture.
Totally freaked me out and totally set the tone for the movie. Like, it really made you feel like you were in some foreign land, which you're supposed to be in the movie because the movie is set in Haiti. Really set the tone well from the movie, and I'm so curious as to how they got that sound because it was utterly terrifying. Like, I just think about it, like if I were walking around the woods or something late at night and I heard that sound, like I would pee and shit myself and probably vomit from fear, like all at the same time. I also, like, as tired as I am of zombie movies at this point, I really like this take on zombies, like the kind of like voodoo, you know, kind of like Caribbean folklore of zombies. Not the zombies that to me are kind of getting tired, which is like the rotting flesh, corpses reanimated sort of thing. Rather, this like kind of like zombie folklore legends or whatever have to do with living bodies with no soul. So it's, you know, the person doesn't have to die to become a zombie. On the contrary, they stay very much alive, like physically, but there is nothing there, which is what makes Monsieur Beaumont so upset when Madeline is turned into a zombie, because everything that, I mean, it's kind of sweet, even though he's trying to steal her away from the man she actually loves. He realizes that everything that he loved about her really was taken away with her emotions, like her personality, which is, you know, as sinister as it is, it's kind of sweet. Anyways, I love these types of zombies much more than the reanimated dead. A lot scarier, especially because if you think about it, there has to be somebody like controlling them or turning them into zombies, which is Legendre, played by Lugosi. Speaking of Lugosi, let's move into what I didn't like about White Zombie that I didn't like. So I know I was talking about this with the one Ed Wood movie that I reviewed, and Bride of the Monster. That's what it was, I remember it now. Talking about it in my review of Bride of the Monster, where I said that I felt like Lugosi was doing his Dracula act. And then I watched Frankenstein, where I was super happy about it because Lugosi wasn't doing his Dracula act, and I really liked seeing him in that. Now I feel like I've reverted now watching White Zombie because it seemed like he was doing his Dracula act in this movie. Like the eyes and the framing of the eyes and the way he held himself, and it felt like White Zombie is actually, you know, follow me here, this is a conspiracy theory or a fan theory, I guess. I feel like White Zombie is a Dracula spinoff where the Count takes a vacation down to Haiti and hypnotizes everybody, but the locals who believe in all the Haitian traditions and voodoo traditions think that they're zombies, which they actually aren't. I just figured out the movie. So again, it makes you feel like Lugosi is a one-note actor, but after seeing him in Son of Frankenstein, I feel like he's not. So I don't know if it was just like a coincidence, because obviously in this movie they had to focus on his eyes to make him more sinister, and he is kind of hypnotizing people in a way. Or if it was something like, I mean, it sounds like the Halperins already have a history of kind of capitalizing on things that are popular. So maybe
Bela Dracula Lugosi as the master of the White Zombie.
They were capitalizing on the Dracula thing, because this one came out after Dracula's 1931. If I'm wrong, all the horror fans of the world are gonna come for me. So I'm kind of more inclined to believe that maybe it was the Halperins' decision, the way they filmed him a little bit, or maybe the direction that they gave him to kind of make him seem Dracula-esque. I don't know, that's just another theory of mine. I'm very into theories in this video right now. I don't know, I feel like Shane Dawson. I find the movie that exciting at all, like the plot. After seeing so many old classic horror movies, I could tell where the movie was going to go. Like I felt like I knew how it was gonna end. There wasn't any real like tension building or excitement for me, you know? So because of its age, I feel like the sound quality and the visual effects have definitely aged, which isn't necessarily the movie's fault. Again, it's an old movie. It's, you know, it's gonna happen. There's a whole lot of just like the sound and the dialogue cutting in and out was super not seamless. Like you could definitely, there was just harsh cuts in the volume of like the background music and the dialogue, which could be because it's an older movie, could be maybe like a bad restoration of the movie. I'm not really sure. So was White Zombie worth it? Despite everything I had wrong about the movie, I still think it's worth it to watch it. I feel like it's a classic, even if I don't necessarily go back and watch it 5 million times. So I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5. You know, it was okay for me. On IMDb though, it has a 6.4 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 89% critic score and a 57% audience score. And then on Letterboxd, it has a 3.1 out of 5. Able to watch the movie on Amazon, so I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box if you want to watch it that way. There's no pressure to use that link, but if you do, it does help out the channel a little bit. Help out the channel a little bit. Can't talk. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and make sure you ring that notification bell down there also to be notified every time I post a video and every time I go live. And make sure you tune into Spooky Astronaut's channel tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Does This Offend You? Episode 4. We are talking about Stigmata and the Last Exorcism. It's gonna be a fun old time. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.